He did.
Okay. Look, so we don't stay here all night, and I've got to go to catch my train. Let me welcome all of you to the ANS meeting.
Dave, could you just stand back a little bit more, because
I'll sit eventually. Just
yeah,
stand
we're
up
getting the
while-
light on you.
while I'm saying this.
I've got to apologise for Colin Pitchfield.
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Sorry, we're trying.
Okay, where was I? Oh, yeah, so this is meeting number 1242, and as you know, it's clearly at Noble Numismatics, and a different time and day to what you've been used to recently. 13th of November too, but not Friday. So welcome everybody. We don't have anybody who recently joined at the Ant Affair now. So that's, hope they know about it. There's a list of apologies. Apologies from Matthew Lloyd, Les Carlisle, Lindy Hall, Paul Newman, Ron Bolden, Joe Detling, Mary Brad, and Colin was mentioned. Colin Pitchfork, yes.
And Bob Clemson, you may as well put him down.
That's all right. If you write him in there, that'll be
I have.
So just before I hand over to Jim for our show and tell here, the general business. Next meeting is at the Roseville Club on the 17th of December. You never know, I might just be able to turn up then. The reason I can't normally do Sunday afternoons, but maybe that one. So that's the third Sunday, not the second Sunday of the month, because apparently second Sunday is booked out for Christmas lunch. It's normally to have the display competition. We don't know how much room we're going to have, if any. So the riders advised just to bring along a few items of interest to talk about, even if we don't have the room for display. As far as the Under Money Expo went well, we sold $320 worth of medals and journals. We gave out 2 trial members, they're not here. But Rod makes a comment, they're both serious numismatists, so perhaps they'll turn up during the year. Rod is preparing auction number 54 and will close in January, so look to the website for that. On the financial side, we've had all these term deposits yielding pretty low interest, but as they mature, we'll put them in for high interest, higher now than they used to be. The next journal, that's the one being prepared by Judy Blackman, or edited, is at the printers, and will be distributed in January. And Rod asks if you think of any topics you'd like to have for the rest of the coming year, let him know.
I'm starting to work on the program for next year, starting in January, and we may as well have topics that members want to speak about. We have 3 meetings here, so they're in March, July and November, but all the other meetings will be at the Roseville Club. So if you want a topic, let me know and we'll fit it in.
Okay, well after that, that's the end of the business. Any other business people, any things people like to say?
Might sound a bit silly, did we ever bring a plate to Roseville?
I don't know.
I don't think I'd go for that.
Nah, you buy a lunch.
We're shying off that, I think.
I'll start saving now.
Yes, so yeah, that's it. So I'd like to hand over to Jim Noble now, who's going to do the honours and show us some of the highlights of his auction and speak about the general numismatic marketplace, as he has a lot of interesting things to say about that.
Thank you, David. Thank you. Well, members, this is the catalogue for the auction, which begins next week on Monday with an e-sale for the Monday, and then the live auction over at the library is held over the next 4 days after that, Tuesday through to Friday. Okay, you can see there's a scattering of interesting coins on the front cover, and on the back cover there's a medal group which is related to the man at Gallipoli, Simpson and his donkey. And this is a very rare piece of concentration internment camp money from the Nick Sharplin collection, which is a feature of the auction. Several specialised collections feature in this auction, including the collection of Dr. Hugh Preston, who was buying Roman coins from me in the 70s and formed a business called Romanorum, and then he passed it on to Matthew Shillham, who's still running it, and he's collected a very good collection of a few ancient Greek and Roman coins. His first part of his collection is up in this sale. Also in this sale, importantly, is the first part of the collection of the late John Veltmeyer, who was our past president. And we all were familiar with John. He used to be here doing just what David did then, introducing me. So many times I got certificates from John. I should treasure them now. He is no more, but his collection is certainly interesting and intriguing, with lots of volume, lots of work in sorting that out. And each of his lots have his name under it, so that makes it easier to follow. And then we've got a specialised collection of English crowns in gold and silver, mostly silver, from Edward VI, formed by a collector in South Australia, Frank Madzia. He's agreed to use his name. And I've got more coins from Steve Green, who's a Queenslander now, used to be in Northern Territory, who collects Anglo-Saxon and Norman coins. And then we've got a collection from a very unusual source, a hoard of coins. The man died in about 1973, and he was a mayor of a country town. And he used to go to the bank and get coins out, but he didn't return them. He just kept them. Hundreds and hundreds of kilos of kilo. Simon and I had to go and get the pennies years ago, and we picked them up, and we couldn't store them here really. There were so many of them. I don't know how the house stood up. And we sold them to Stuart Wright. He probably found all the rarities in there, but we didn't have time to go through them. There's hundreds of kilos of them. But the silver coins and that, the first part of it has come into this sale, and the second part will be in the next sale. We included a nice 1930 penny, which is on the front cover, and 250 crowns of 1937. So that's a big offering. I don't think we've ever had 250 in a sale before. And 50 1938, oh no, 25 1938. It's interesting because I always figured that 38 was 1 in 10. You get 10 37s and 1 38, and that's how it works out in this hoard. Some better condition coins. He had obviously some rolls which were broken up, like 1943 Melbourne Florins. There's a series of mint ones though. A lot of 1946s in mint condition. So it's an interesting little hoard for specialists in Commonwealth coins. There's an old collection of Russian coins, which all metals, gold, silver and copper, mostly silver and copper, but on the front cover there's a 10 rubles of Catherine the Great, and there's some great Chinese coins. One of our members used to be a member of the MCC, Barry D. Scott, because I've got 3 Barry Scotts, so Barry D. Scott, who's still alive and lives out at Miranda, his Chinese coins are in the sale, but because he housed all his coins in filing cabinets and sewed the 2x2s he'd written up into the sheets on each file, we thought, why break it up? It's all there, and just described it in general, but there's over 1,200 coins in his Chinese lot. And we illustrated 19 of them, so for the Chinese fanatics, they've got to look at it really. Although we've had requests for some images, and we've done what we can. Sometimes people who can't come or are overseas, they want to know what's in the lot. You do a general picture for them so they can get an idea. So that's how the sale's structured, and there's still the Australian gold. There's one series that I haven't brought them out to show you, but they're in the vault. But the Holy Dollar and a cracked die Adelaide pound, which I sold the gentleman 42 years ago in March '81. And he came in recently. We talked a couple of times on the phone over those years. He never returned the catalogue, so I knew it was something was going to be happening. And he came in after 42 years. We met after 42 years. His hair had gone white. He had black hair. Mine's still the same. Anyway, he's a nice guy, and he's bought a couple other very important coins from me, which will come up in the future. But we're trying the cracked eye pound, which in 1981 cost him 45,000, and today it's in at 150. He bought an 1858 half sovereign from me in mint condition for 8,000 in 1981, and I've got, I think, 8,000 on it now, or 7.5. So some coins were very expensive in the old days, and his Holy Dollar only cost him 22,000. So that's 120,000 now if we can get it. It's quite a nice holy dollar, really. And there's some in the other Chinese coins. There's a very old collection which is not named, but it's got some very spectacular coins of Kuantung province from 1889, when they were getting coins made at the Birmingham Mint and going to put them into circulation, but they found that the silver they had in them was greater than the foreign coins they were destined to replace. So they had to withdraw them and cancel the order, and then the Shanghai Mint struck them. So I've got two examples of those here, which makes it interesting. So I'll go through them in catalogue. Of course there are banknotes and things, but although there's only 3,876 lots, there's a lot of bulk lots. We've never had so much bulking, boxes and things. I don't know how people are going to go through the stuff. It's quite incredible. So what I'll do is I'll start with the first item, which is in catalogue order, which is from the Nick Sharpland collection. He has a very nice set of the internment camp tokens that the Commonwealth of Australia issued for World War II to sort of unify the distribution of canteen money in the internment camps. Now this is a 5 shillings, which is the rarest denomination, the largest. But this one, interestingly, hasn't had the central hole punched, so it's complete. Oh, there's George. George Pulowski. Well, he comes a long way. Yeah, still going.
At our last meeting here, the coins seemed to be very dark. We couldn't see them clearly, and it wasn't until we finished the talk that I realised I didn't have a light.
Oh.
And we were just going on the overheads. So this time I made sure I put a light on so that we can see things clearly.
Which way is he going to come in?
Imagine.
Yeah.
George may like a copy of the catalogue as well.
Grant will give him one.
Yeah, good. Thank you, guys. That's for you, George. Okay, so that's an interesting piece, isn't it? Nick Sharpland he's written a couple of articles on internment camp and concentration camp money. So it's quite nice to have a specialised collection. It's in the 5th session, which is on the first day at 4:30. So don't miss it. It's over at the library. Make sure you're there so you buy the ones you want.
Did they have a hole in them, or?
Yeah. They all have holes in them.
But this one doesn't.
No, it's rarity.
Yeah.
He's got the 2 shillings the same, and he's got the penny the same. 3 of them. And then he's got a 5 shillings with the hole struck off centre, and likewise I think for the 2 shillings. So, an interesting collection.
Right.
And he's also got the rare paper money. He's got a 6pence, which is the normal one you see, but he's also got a penny and a halfpenny, and the very, very rare 3pence, which is like a raffle ticket, really, isn't it? See internment camp, Camp 7, internment camp Hay, signed by D. Stahl, who was the Secretary of Treasury or whatever. That came out of a spink auction. It's estimated at $6,000. So it's an expensive rarity.
The age of it's in very good condition.
Yes. I mean, there are collectors who can afford to buy it. They won't tell you that, but they can. If they're passionate, they'll buy it.
I'm sure there'll be collectors who'll be fighting for it. You don't see the paper money that.
Not the small denominations.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're special. It's a very special collection. Then we move on
What
after
was
that.
number? I didn't write it down.
Oh, sorry, 1022.
1022.
This is now 1065 in historical medals of Australia. we've got a Daniel Solander medal. He was involved with Banks in the first expedition by Cook to Australia, and the flower's got a special name. It's all written in the catalogue. I'd have to look it up, tell you what it is, rather than guessing. I used to know these things very well. They were more popular with me years ago. It's by Gustav Lundberg, a Swedish artist, and the reverse inscription dedicates the medal to Joseph Banks by Klaus and Johan Wallströmer, which is misspelled here in the typing, and even the word iron is not spelled properly. The typist had a nightmare there that way. The flower behind the head of Solander was named Solander by the young Linnaeus, who was a famous botanist. Yeah. So it's a very nice medal. It's estimated $2,000, and it's been consigned by a collector from Sweden, I think. Yeah.
Silver.
Well, Solander
Silver.
was sort of the apprentice to one of the Swedish naturalists
Yes.
who was categorising everything.
See, people know your botany. Yeah. Well, this is a French exploration medal. This is lot 1066. And this one was in Dr. John Chapman's collection at one time. And it's for Baudin's exploring expedition of 1801. It's got the portrait of Napoleon on it. And it's for the corvette's Geography and Naturalist voyage to New Holland, which Australia was known as at the time. And it's very rare as a gilt flan. It's beautifully made. It was in our auction 17 and then in our auction 88, John Chapman's collection. It's got an estimate of 3,000. It's a bargain of that because in Chapman's collection it sold for over 5.
It's very nice.
Another historic medal. I've got a number of nice historic medals from one old-time collector. This one's a hand engraved one for public schools athletic sports in Victoria in 1876. In handcraft silver with a ring-top suspension. The lever is inscribed "Flat Race, 1 mile, Charles S. White, second prize." So the annual athletic sports at the public schools was held on Monday the 20th of November 1876 on the South Melbourne Cricket Ground. Lady Bowen was present during the part of the afternoon and watched the sports. The schools represented were the Church of England Grammar Schools of Melbourne and Geelong and Wesley College. The Scotch and St Patrick's colleges were not represented. In the flat race of 1 mile, H.W. Webb of Keats, Church of England Grammar School of Melbourne, won, and C.S. White of Wesley College came second. So that's his medal. Just a bit of, and it's only $350. It's a bargain for a bit of history like that, isn't it? It's in silver. Yeah, there's no doubt you've got to come to the sale. I've hired the library at great expense. There's a lot of space there. They're all against me doing it, of course. Unnecessary expense. 1102 is a Sydney Mint medal, and it's hard to date these, but they range from Queen Victoria, Edward VII to George V. This is the first in a run of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 such medals from one collection, and this one's the Queen Victoria in silver. And it was possibly done in 1880 originally, or in 1887 or 1897. It's a relatively young portrait of Victoria, and the coat of arms of the Sydney Mint, names of the Royal Mint, established 1855. It's estimated at $800.
Pretty good.
Yeah, a good bargain for you.
Got lovely toning.
Yeah. Very tempting, all these things, aren't they?
Yeah.
You've got 3,000 lots like this. It's a problem. Now, moving on in time, quite a big section of historical medals. We've got 1148, which is interesting because it's a philatelic prize medal for the Melbourne Victorian Centenary and the 6th Australian Philatelic Exhibition. But this was a special collection of Australian Commonwealth stamps, and the medal is in gold. It's quite heavy. It weighs 62.43 grams.
What carat?
It's only recorded in gilt bronze. John says it tests it as at least 18 carat.
Wow.
Could be more. And whether he's tested just the surface and it's plated, we don't know. But I don't think bronze would be that heavy at that size. The Philatelic Exhibition of Victoria held societies held an exhibition, and Reverend E. Graidner of South Australia was one of the jurors for the South Australian Centenary, the 7th Australasian Philatelic Exhibition held in Adelaide in 1936. So he was quite a prominent stamp man. But it says it's supplied by the Postmaster General's Department.
It's heavy.
Yeah. Now, 1271 is one of the proclamation coins. I didn't show you any of the proclamation coins. Where did they come up?
Joanna,
What is the lot number of it?
1271.
I'm just going to check this out. I think there's a mistake here.
You got Joanna?
Yeah, I don't know.
No. Oh, yes, it is. The proclamation coins occur after the English gold. I put these things out of order. After the English gold, which start the night session on the first night, Tuesday night at 7:30, and I'll show you those in a minute. But that's a Joanna, which is in the proclamation. It's estimated now at 4,200. I know the owner paid 6,000 for it years ago, Chris Hall. So it didn't sell in the last sale, so it's up again. An opportunity for you to get a nice Joanna for a reasonable price, unless he gets cranky with me. Doesn't want me to sell it for that. Well, the market is the market, isn't it?
Very nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was well struck and pretty good
I
condition.
wish I had a ton of money.
I'll go to the English now before I move it. 1208, which is the first English gold coin. Talk about a last minute entry. This was a last minute entry. It came in, and anyway I decided, oh, that's a nice head with the third noble.
1208.
1207, isn't it? Oh, I
Yeah.
picked the wrong one.
1208.
Sorry, I picked the wrong one. That's a Ryle of Edward IV. So I've left the noble in the box at the back.
Well,
Best plans.
Sit around with what
Yeah, it's a coin that's had some bending and then straightening, so it's got a little internal crack. It passes light in one particular spot, but it's not a bad coin otherwise. And the portraits there, I think. Unfortunately, they mounted a lot of these coins reverse up, so it's hard to see them.
where is he?
There is. There's a rose below the. There, and that the other way around. See the head up there?
keep going.
He's on a ship. There it is.
There it is.
There's the rose, right? The rose is in the ship.
The head and the shield
Head and the shield above.
in the ship.
Yeah, so that's not bad, is it? I mean, that's only 2,500. That's from Frank Madzia's collection. He had a couple of extra coins other than the crowns.
Gee, that's very nice.
But the noble's quite nice. Anyway, you've seen nobles before. You know, the one in our last sale went for about 13,000 on a 7,000 estimate.
Wow.
See, Rodney, you might show the coins, but you don't go to the sale to see what they sell for. You've got to sit through the sale. You're here, aren't you, working?
I'd love to buy them, Jim, but I don't think I'll live long enough to pay them off.
Just sell your house. 1214 is a gold crown. of Charles I, and it's estimated at $1,250. Was struck in Mint Cross Calvary, so it's 1625 to 26 is the year of issue. You can date all these coins by the mint marks when they used them. As you know, it's a fabulously interesting reign, Charles I, with so many different types of coins. From the smallest coins to the largest coins in different metals. And siege coins. Oh, what I've done, I haven't put things in order properly, have I? Kind of wacky. Okay. Another English gold coin is a Queen Victoria £5 of Jubilee coinage. Very nice condition. There was a coin in a modern box set of coins, and I split them up. And this is lot 1237. I've called it Mirror Light Field's Choice Uncirculated, and it really is quite nice. And it's hard to see it through the plastic and get the right angle on the field, see what it's like, but it is very, very good. Then we go, I'll just go back to this Australian gold coin I had picked out. It's just let you tell me about this one, folks.
That's what you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, is that gold?
It's gold. It's a 2-ounce gold coin.
Is it the original?
No, the way I've catalogued it, I've said Kangaroos, 2 ounces, 1853, 41.27 grams. So there's your first clue. 2 ounces is 62 grams. Plain edge, and they had milled edges. Struck from copy dies for David G. FDC. One bloke looked at it, he said, "That looks great," you know. So, I mean, you can't buy the original. It doesn't exist anywhere really, the 2 ounce original. But these dies are reasonably closely copied.
So
he had a passion
the David
for
G ones.
Yeah, I mean, there's a section in the National Coin Collection of David G coins that he had involvement with, forgeries and everything. It's like a special collection. It's a reference collection. And I've had to value it. But anyway, there's 10,000 on this thing, because I suppose there's, you know, $5,000 worth of gold in it, really. But the owner wants 10,000. Can I argue with the owner? We'll try.
We'll do what we can.
If it doesn't sell the first time, try again at a lower price next time.
Yeah, exactly. I thought you'd be wanting that one, wouldn't you? Okay, then we go to the next day, after all the Australian gold, we go the 9:30 session on the Wednesday. We start with an ancient British Celtic coin in nice condition. It's from the Iceni tribe, early to mid 1st century AD, a silver unit, 1.12 grams, so it's quite small. It's got 2 opposed crescents on the obverse and a horse on the reverse. But, which way is up? That's the horse. It wasn't catalogued by me.
That's nice condition.
Yeah, it is nice condition, mate. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought I'll pick it out so you can. That's only $100. I mean, bargain. I mean, you would have paid
I would estimate
55 shillings for that back in the 50s or 60s.
You get more than $100 for that.
You sure?
I would think so.
It's an option. If you're not there, someone else might get it for 100.
There's a lot of people wanting these coins now. They're getting more and more popular.
Okay.
Including one of our members up in Queensland.
Yes, I know. This is a nice Anglo-Saxon coin of a famous king. The Kings of Mercia offer from 757 to 796. This is a light coinage penny issued 1784 to 1787. It's not a portrait coin, but it's a coin with Offa's name on it. Makes it very interesting. And this is from Steve Green's collection. And he's got $1,500 on it. It was found at Graiseley in Berkshire in 2013. Export permit obtained. Recorded with the Portable Antiquities Scheme at the British Museum. Not recorded in the British Numismatic Journal Coin Register. And it's with collector's tickets. It was from a Spink auction in London. That's where Steve bought it. He's just slightly culling his collection out of interest, I think. I hope he keeps giving it to me as he culls it down.
Ken, nice condition.
Yeah. Not often you have King Offa pennies, so.
No. To find them in such nice condition.
This is a very nice penny of Burgred. There was also a King of Mercia in 852 to 874. This coin was issued in 858, 860 through to 866. And it's got a very good portrait, portrait. It's ex-RP Mac collection, an RC Locket collection, so it's got great pedigree. That's the coin to buy. Good pedigree, good strike, good clear coin. The portraits on. I don't know why they've now to be reverses up. I'll have to speak to Jimmy severely about it. I guess when you're looking at the coins, it doesn't matter, you can turn them over. Good portrait. Looks like the man from Mars, doesn't it?
Very nice.
And there's 1395 is a coin of Ethelstan, who was the first king of all England. And it's a portrait penny, which makes it even more exciting. This was originally from a series of early collections in England, the Southey collection at Glendinnings in 1948, the Drabble collection at Glendinnings in 1939, and the Talbot Reedy collection, Sotheby's, in 1916. The other side, you'll see the portrait. King Ethelstan. So if you want the first King of England and a portrait coin, that's the one to get. It's in your price range. It's a good weekend away or a coin. What do you want to do?
Take the coin
Life
every
is full
time.
of choices, isn't it? But
It
when
is.
you're a coin collector, you shouldn't have any choice. Just go without other things to have
Precisely.
the coin. Which you can't take with you, George. You have to leave them behind. Now, moving further forward, we come to, there are William the Conqueror coins and a William II penny. But we move forward, and this is one of Frank Madgey's nicer English crowns. It's a Charles I, Tower Mint, first group, Mint Mark Lee, 1625, the first year of his reign it was issued. Even grey tone, nearly very fine and rare thus, 3,500. He bought it from a UK dealer on eBay. So there you go. Did he pay too much or too little? Who knows?
Do you expect these to go back to England?
No. I think they'll go to collectors here. There might be a few that go back. I can't be that positive. I mean, we get thousands of bidders from overseas. They register all the time.
But we do have remarkable coins here.
Yeah, oh yeah. This is world class. We're an international business here.
Yeah, sure.
It's global. Most of the good stuff does go overseas. I mean, I had a Chinese in America ring. He had his girlfriend come in here, or his wife, or whoever she was, with a phone photographing the Guantang coin. And they're 60,000 estimates, so he was serious, I guess. The Exeter Crown. It's a provincial issue of Charles. During the Civil War, the Mint's travelled from the Tower to other places where he was moving around. This is in Exeter. And this is a very nice example in Frank Maggio's collection. And he bought it from a status sale, who incidentally might have bought it from our sale anyway, earlier. But it's a nice, sharp Exeter Crown. I once had one with the horse a little bit misstruck, and it's like it had 5 legs. Had an extra leg. It was a pretty famous coin. It ended up going into a famous collection. I'm giving you a second Exeter Crown to look at. It came in the last minute. So that one's lot 1441. Estimated 2,500. Because it is so sharp. You can see the date up there, the 44. You can't see the 16 for them, but see the 44. The next one is a similar one, dated 1645. The 2 years they issued the coin. But the old coin ticket with it makes it interesting because it's from Peter Bullock collection, and he lived down the Southern Highlands or somewhere, and that coin ticket with it is a very old one. You'll see when Rodney moves it across to show the image of the ticket.
Looks like it's been a bit clipped, doesn't it?
Yeah, they're irregular plans, so they were in a hurry to make them. Get the plan done. Not bad condition.
Yeah, nice reverse.
Just see if there's anything on the back of the ticket. I don't think there is. No, there. Now that's the front of the ticket. What's it say?
No, it's empty.
Yeah.
Back of the ticket.
And the front of the ticket says Exeter Crown with dates in July 1864. An Exeter Crown in 1864. An Exeter Crown similar to this piece sold for £7. A rare piece, £8. So the dealer wanted £8 because he saw the one had sold in 1864. When was that coin bought? Interesting, isn't it? That's why I put that there. I thought a bit of a
1864.
there is a book published which did record auction prices.
Oh, 43.
This is a half crown of Newark. This is a really nice example.
New York Siege.
It's dated 1646.
XXX.
And
30 pence.
yeah, it's really quite nice for one of these siege coins. Just something flat at the top, which is, I don't know what explanation you could give for that. Maybe it's the way it's made. But it's pretty sharp. It hasn't been circulated a lot. It's got an estimate of 6,500 because it's one of the finest known.
What piece of silver was that clipped from?
Yeah, exactly.
Was it
They're quite thick.
a silver
too.
plate or something that
quite
they
a thick
cut
piece
it
of
out?
plate because they didn't really change the thickness or anything much. They had to find a suitable piece of silverware
Yeah.
they could stand. You often see traces of the original markings. Well, that was the siege, and then Cromwell's men won the war and the Commonwealth was formed, where they put all the legends in English rather than Latin. And this is God with us, so they were convinced they had God on their side. 1652, silver crown. And this coin comes from the Frank Maggio collection. It comes out of the Cornwall collection, which was our late member John Fisher Pollard many years ago,
Right.
in sale 92. And earlier he bought it from M.R. Roberts' sale in 1981. It's quite a nice large flan coin, and it's the type variety 2/1. quite a few Charles II crowns in the sale and other English monarch crowns. Including a Gothic crown.
Can I show the other side?
Yeah, there we are, the Commonwealth of England. Mint marked sun. The sun smiling at you, the top.
Yep, got her smiling.
So then that ends the English and English historical medals on that. And then the next day, Thursday, what am I saying? Still got Australian coins at the end of that session. Must be a big session, this. Oh, here it is. Yeah, Australian Commonwealth coins, proof coins. So this is the session that starts with British historical medals, sorry, at 11:30 on the Wednesday, isn't it? Yeah, 11:30 on the Wednesday. And we've got Australian Commonwealth coins in high grade. I didn't pick any out. Well, you've all seen Australian coins before. The 1930 penny. You can see any one of these coins on request with me. We go through the Australian Commonwealth. Then we come, it finishes off with some Indian, then we come to World Gold coins at 4:30 p.m. And lot 1984 is a French Louis d'Or struck in Dijon. It's got a star mint mark. The date is double struck, but it's 1690 and it's in virtually uncirculated condition. And that's a nice coin, estimated at 2,500. There are different modern commemorative coins.
Sun King, huh?
Yes, the Sun King, Louis XIV.
Louis
He was
XIV.
getting older by then.
What date is that?
1690.
Yeah,
Yeah. You can see it's in nice condition. It's one for your collection, David. Moving on past some modern Greek Olympic commemoratives and Hong Kong coins and Hungarian coins. I thought after that we'll come to a place that's in the news at the moment, Israel. A proof 10 Shelaquin of 1981. People of the Book is the theme. Commemorative gold coin. Proof coin, really. Probably weighs half an ounce. More than half an ounce, actually. Anybody read Hebrew? What about you, Morris? Can you translate? Has anybody seen that coin before?
Nope.
Yeah, interesting, isn't it? I've been getting those few gold coins from an old time collector. Gold coins.
Japan.
The Japanese coins were always scarce and hard to get. This is the 5 yen of the year 6, major year 6, 1873. And it's estimated at 2,400.
The dragon.
The next coin is a very nice one. Oh, Malta. Emmanuel de Rohan, 10 Scudi, 1778. Very nice coin. See the little S dot 10 tells you it's a 10 Scudi. 1778 up the top there. Emmanuel de Rohan on the other side, he's a wigged gentleman.
That's very nice.
Yeah, nice one. It's estimated at $1,500. Now this is a very nice ship shilling for 6 stivers of Holland, Netherlands. It's equal to 2 ducats in weight. It's coat of arms there, and 14 gold.
1750.
I've got the wrong coin up, sorry. I've been reading the wrong one. I should have given you 2018, but anyway.
Oh, well.
What do you want to do?
We'll swap.
So this one, 2019, is a rider or 14 gulden from Holland as well, 1750. And it's nearly uncirculated, it's estimated at 1,500. It's a great buy. Nice looking coins, aren't they?
Yep.
And this is the ship's, I don't know how I did that. The ship's golden. And it's ship shilling, sorry, for 6 stivers. 1730, so it's 20 years earlier. They actually spell it sheep with a J then, S, ship shelling. Oh, so it just means ship shilling, I guess. Ship coin. At the time, that was a modern vessel. It might look old to you people, but at the time it was pride and joy, probably. The Dutch Navy used.
It was the making of their fortune, using those ships to go and get all the spices from the Dutch East Indies, as it was then.
Biggest enemy with the reefs around Australia.
Now, we'll move on to a Russian gold coin. There's a series of Russian gold coins, but I'm showing you this one, which is the largest, because some of them are very tiny. This is a 10 ruble of Catherine II. Catherine the Great. 1769 is the date. It's as big as a 20-cent piece in gold. Basically upside down the way, isn't it? There it is. Yeah, that's better. Yeah.
There we are.
1769.
1769. Yeah. Russian coins still in big demand?
Hope so. One wonders how they get to pay for them. If Russians want to buy them, we sold a special order and the guy's paid a deposit, but he hasn't paid the rest.
I'm sure they have plenty of money outside that they can still use.
Well, I haven't found any oligarchs who do this. This is another interesting one on Nicholas I. It was a series of platinum coins we issued under him, and this is a 3 rubles of 1844. And platinum was a cheaper metal at the time, but now it's a dearer metal. It was a dearer metal, now it's cheaper again. Sort of fluctuated in history. But they had so much platinum they made a coinage of it. 12 rubles and 6 rubles and 3 rubles. Low mintages, but I remember I found one in Gordon Shortman's bulk at the auction a few years ago. One of these. When I say found it was in a packet or something, but it was, wow. It's platinum 3 rubles. Anyway, it went for its money. It was pedigreed, I put the name on it. This one's estimated at $900. Not much more than a sovereign. It's a joke, isn't it? Steam in, boys.
Double Eagle.
1844. 3 rubles. Now we come to the Will Silver starts. We've got some Krugerrands in gold, some world historical medals, and we go to world coins in silver and bronze. And they start with Barry D. Scott, Ken O'Brien, that's another one whose coins are in here. We're in the last house. Ken O'Brien was treasurer for the MCC and he died over 20 years ago. So we've got some albums of coins in this Chinese and that.
Ken had some great Asian coins.
Yes, he did. And 2174, I got a little lot from a personal Austrian silver thalers, and that were quite interesting. A lot of interesting Chinese coins there. We've got to look at them in bulk lots and everything. Now here we go, this is the coin you won't see too often. Guangdong Province, silver 50 cents, by the Heaton Mint, Birmingham.
China.
Denomination in English, 3 mace, 6.5 kandarin. So they found that the first series of Guangdong coins were heavier than the foreign coins they were meant to replace. The issue of 5 silver coins, that is a 5, 10, 20, 50 cents and $1, were soon withdrawn and melted. So it's pretty rare to find these. It's an unmarked mid-state example, this with delicate light golden toning. Fully sealed original mint bloom, choice uncirca, one of the finest known. Estimate 60,000.
Guangdong Province is where Hong Kong is. So it's just north of Hong Kong.
Okay.
All that area is this Guangdong Province.
Is that the new territories?
Sorry?
Is that the new territories?
Yeah, and China. The entire China. The whole Pearl River area, Macau, Hong Kong, and sort of 100 miles north is all Guangdong Province. You know, the modern city of Shenzhen and all, that's all Guangdong. So when the British were setting up the Hong Kong Mint, the authorities there were setting up the Guangdong Mint as well in Canton.
The coin that was issued in 1889, and then a new series was struck at the Guangdong Mint. And this is a beautiful example as well of 50 cents, issued 1890 to 1908. I mean, it's just uncirculated, any coins against it. Anybody read Chinese characters?
No, sorry.
What's wrong with you, Rob? You should know. You see, that one says 3 mace, 6 kandarin, so it was reduced from 6.5 to 6 kandarins.
Yeah.
That's estimated at 25,000. The same old collection gave me a collection of German coins, but this one I'm showing you is an odd one from another old collection. not such expensive coin, German coin, 2242, and it is a Prussian silver taler, but interestingly it's from the collection of G.C. Hyde at Gray's in 1973, and the man who owns it bought it at that sale, and it was previously in D. Elliott Smith's collection, who was a secretary of this society back in the early days, and he purchased it from Dave Raymond in 128 Bathurst Street, Sydney, in 1939. So it's got the rubbing that Elliott Smith done, accompanying it, mounted with the coin on the card.
Frederick.
So that's a little nostalgic touch with the society and earlier members. Just to see that a lot of Heidi's coins had these things that Elliott Smith did. Nice rubbings, because they didn't have photography then, remember. No computers, everything had to be handwritten and described, and see he's written the detail there of where he bought it. So you just go down the left there, the other way, the corner down the bottom left corner, lift it up.
Ex David Elliott Smith's collection.
You see there? D. Raymond, 128 Bathurst Street. That's where he bought it from. Did anybody ever see David Raymond's shop?
No.
As a really young kid, I did see it. I just saw it. It didn't actually go in or anything. It was in Bathurst Street. He had old coins. And, I can hardly remember. I think I was only 5 or 6. Mark Friel went there. And this collection of that good Chinese has also a good collection of modern German coins. I'm going to say modern 19th century, 20th century. And this is a nice 2247.
These are still Ken O'Brien's, are they?
No, Ken O'Brien's. I didn't show any of Ken O'Brien.
Right.
No, Ken O'Brien's. This is a proof of Wilhelm II, Kaiser Bill, Prussia, 5 mark of 1900 in Bern. Superb iridescent toning over brilliant proof fields and rare, especially in this condition. 1500 estimate. You can hardly see it because of the toning, you see. Got to get it at the right angle.
5 mark.
5 mark, yeah.
1900.
German Empire.
5 marks. Nice toning on it too.
Yeah, beautiful. Like museum quality, like they minted it and put it on in a museum collection and no one's touched it since it was made.
Kaiser Wilhelm, as he was building up the German army.
I didn't pick out any Russian silver. There's plenty to see. There's a couple of Ganget rubles which are very expensive, 5,000 or so each. We go into war medals on the Thursday, miscellaneous jewellery and things the morning of Thursday, then into war medals, the 2 sessions, masses of military war medals.
No VCs this time?
No, unfortunately I'd like one every time. It's not possible. Pages and pages of it. Then we come to a run of bulk world coins, which are worth looking at, some interesting things in there, and world banknotes, and then Australian banknotes at night. Then on the final day, we're selling, I didn't bring the ancient gold to show, we're selling the ancient coins, starting with ancient gold, includes some good ones there, and then picked out an Athens owl, lot 3554. That's a popular coin with people. We're not going in too deep, but wanted something historical.
Owl of Athens.
It's estimated 1500.
It's a nice strike too.
Well,
Straight the other one.
Very nice. There's Goddess Athena. We were lucky to have that silver mine close by.
Yeah. This is a coin from Hugh Preston's collection. It's a Roman provincial coin of Syria, from Antioch, and it shows Emperor Augustus. It's a silver tetradrachm, dated year 28 of the Actian era, which is equal to 4 to 3 BC. And it shows his portrait. And then on the reverse, Tyche is seated on a rock holding a palm frond, and in the right hand below, a halfling figure of the river god Orontes, swimming right in the right field, monograms, etc., etc. Quite complex design. And that's estimated at $800. Nice portrait, isn't it? I mean, it's clear.
Before I started collecting Ephesus,
Yeah.
I considered collecting Augustus. Augustus ruled for 45 years, and the empire was huge, so they had the mints all around Europe, North Africa, you know, everywhere.
This
And,
is where it didn't start by the sound of it.
I'm glad in the way I collected Ephesus.
He's got a wreath on there, and he's got an interesting hairstyle, hasn't he?
Yeah, that's a young Augustus.
Yeah, interesting hairstyle. Quite a striking portrait.
Yeah,
Great
Early on.
$100. It's the price of a sovereign. It's a joke. You buy an historical coin for the price of a gold sovereign.
and he's probably still Octavian.
Then 3627 is another one showing Caligula
Little
and,
boots.
and Agrippina on the reverse from the same place, Antioch. And this was issued in 37 to 41 AD. It doesn't date it. We catalogued this previously in CNG. This coin is the example used on wild winds. What's wild winds? Must be a program or something, is it? Wild winds? No one knows. Bit of trivia for you to find out for us. Wild winds. 3643 is a very nice example of the first coins, or silver coins of the Roman Republic. The anonymous series of silver diadrama or quadricatus, Roman mint. Very nice condition. That was bought by Hugh from a Munster medallion auction, 15, so quite a long while ago. Very nice condition. Only estimated at 800. Now, one just sold in NAC, usually the finest known. It was beautiful style, but how much better than this was it? And it was estimated at 25,000 Swiss francs, sold for 55,000, which is 100,000 Australian. So you can buy one top of the tree for 100,000, or you can buy this for 1,000 or two.
Don't tell any other bidder though.
No. Well, I just found it fascinating, you know, what a lovely coin. I know some people who think they're going to go for it, but we'll see what happens. Everybody gets ambitious.
You never know with an auction, Jim.
Here's 3756, which is getting up into the Roman Imperial, Imperatorium. We know who it is on it. That is Julius Caesar, who was assassinated in 44 BC. This is a denarius issued in January-February of 44 BC. There was a purchase from Antiquarius, which is a New Zealand dealer, Robert Lucy, and it's from the Goodacre collection. He wrote books on Byzantine coins in the early days. It's a nice coin.
Yeah.
Estimated at 4,000. You got a good Caesar portrait? Well, you better get it now. Well, you can.
The only Caesar coin I've got's one of the elephant.
Yeah, there's one of those in this too, but I thought I'd show that for your benefit. And this is, last but not least, a 3762, which is a coin of Augustus. I didn't know Rodney was so fascinated with Augustus. We better get him started collecting. 3762. Silver denarius, again he bought it from Munz and Mananian in 1987 by private treaty. It's struck 19 to 18 BC, so it shows a wild boar standing to the right. $800 is the estimate. Like that one, Rodney?
Yes. It's nice too, yeah.
So that's the last coin I'm showing you tonight.
Thank you.
There are so many I could show you. You'd be here all night listening to me. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Shoot off soon.
I'll fire the question at you. Who wants coffee and who wants tea?
I'd like to present you with this, yet another certificate. Sorry we're not supplying folders, but...
Lovely. Thank you, David.
and there you are. It's a rare one because it's the only one with my signature on it, so...
Photo opportunity.
Nobody,
It's the first one with your signature as president.
Well, Jim's got a one off there, hasn't
Yeah,
he,
all
really?
right, come on.
Jim had one of your signature with vice president last time.
Oh,
So
okay.
this
Okay.
is,
This is good. This is a rare item.
yeah.
Okay, Jim, come on. Let me get
Okay, here we are. Oh, there's the photo. Good. Great.
Got it?
Yep. Thank you.
All right. Sorry, I've got to disappear, but I've got a
No,
train
that's
to catch.
fine.
So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Enjoyed your talk, Jim.
Thank you.
Thank you, David. Good.
So tea and coffee.
Who wants a coffee? Stick your hands up now.
Coffee.
Okay, yes, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 people.
Black please.
And all the rest are teas. Yeah?
We can look at my library on
Well, they
this-
may not be
on the
tea.
wall there. Roman books. My chance to see them.
There's a bit of weight up there, isn't there?
We can look at Morris there. Look at Graham. I'll disappear out the back and put these back in their rightful place without tangling up audio cords.
How